add myself to the stream. There I am. Typical me. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Hope everyone's all right. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you all for joining in. If you're watching, make sure to drop a like, make sure to drop a subscribe. Big up to the community. Big up to the community. Always helping me, always supporting me. If you're from Twitter, if you're from Facebook, if you're watching me from United View, whatever it is, big up yourself. I appreciate you all. But if you also want to talk to me on this stream, you can use the link that is attached to the comment section, and you can join in. You can have your say. You can have a chat with me about what did you think of the game? What did you think of some of the performances from the players? I'm gonna obviously start dissecting everything as it happens and as it comes. But yeah, we'll see. Also, I think there's some sort of an issue today with the comment section. So if you are commenting, comments might not come up on the stream itself, but I will be reading them out regardless. Route says, no wonder we improved when a certain someone was taken off. No comment. Nah, I'm going to make plenty of comments. Believe you me, plenty of comments coming from me regarding the player that I know who you're mentioning. Anyways, I definitely know who you're mentioning. But yeah, let's see. Let's make sure we can get the likes up. Let's get some people watching. But listen, today's game, very interesting one. Very interesting one. From the starting lineup to the second half, from conceding the first goal, of course. It was very interesting. My initial thought on the game, look, firstly, I'm impressed by Mr. Ten Hag. I'm happy with the way he's doing business. I'm happy with the way he is handling the team so far. Um, I'm excited to see this new season. I really am. I think there's a lot of aspects of the game that still needs improving. I'm going to come down to individual players, anyways, but I really think he's on to something. Especially if you notice how some of the players' confidence, how it's changed. Some of the players, they seem to be a lot more confident on the ball. They seem to be a lot more aggressive when it comes to attacking. Um, they're not holding back passes, that's for sure. These are all really good signs for me, if you ask me, anyways. Defensively, I think we can do a little bit better or a lot better, in all honesty. But certain players are giving me something to think about. Certain players are giving me a kind of hope slash excitement. They are. I'm looking forward to seeing them more. I'm looking forward to see how they develop under Ten Hag. I really am. Um, look, if now coming into the season, hoping that Eric Bailly can stay fit, that's kind of my star player right now so far in the preseason. It's Eric Bailly. I get excited by whenever the words Eric Bailly come out my mouth, I get excited. Eric Bailly has been a player that I wanted to be part of the squad for so long. He's been proving recently what he has in his arsenal, what the skills and abilities he has for this squad, and what he can add. Um, the first goal. Let's start with that. The first goal that we conceded, right? The initial first goal that we conceded, it was really poor. It wasn't the type. It was exactly how we would concede goals last year. It was exactly what you would expect from a Manchester United squad under Ole. From the first game, right? I said, oh, let's not talk about Harry Maguire because Harry Maguire didn't play. Every player gets a clean slate, gets a clean start, gets a fresh start, right? I said that. But now, after I've watched just 45 minutes of Harry Maguire, we ain't making it. We are not making it. I'm tired of this guy. I really am. Martial is someone I was tired of, but he's giving me something to think about. He's changing my perspective. Fred was someone I wasn't happy about last season. He's giving me something to think about. He's showing me something to be impressed with. Um, Who else? Rashford, made a quick run, got a goal today, giving me something to think about. Zidane, Dallo giving me something to think about. Luke Shaw, okay performance. I think he'll need a bit more time to show me something that I want. Um, who else? Who else? Obviously, Eric Bailly, David De Gea giving me something to think about. Elanga, again, someone who needs to show me a bit more. But there are players in the squad who are giving me things to think about. I am liking what they're doing. I really am. But with Harry Maguire, it is simply not good enough. It isn't. With Harry Maguire, it is not working. The style of football we want to play with Harry Maguire, it is not going to happen. It isn't. We really need to address this situation now. I think Ten Hag said he's going to be the captain or etc. etc. Cool. Yeah, I hear it. But I don't think he's actually going to remain captain. I really don't think so. I really don't think Harry Maguire will play a lot of minutes next season. I don't think so. I do not think so. If you ask me, I think Harry Maguire stays in bench. I think Martinez and Bailly would be a great partnership. I really think Martinez and Bailly. If you're watching, make sure to drop a like, make sure to drop a comment where you're watching from, make sure to subscribe as well. Big up everybody watching. But yeah, as I was saying, I think with Martinez it'll be Eric Bailly that'll be able to give us something to think about. Um, I'm very impressed with Dallo. I'm very surprised. Where was this Dallo last season? This aggressive Dallo that bursts up the wing, that overlap, beautiful. Putting fast balls in the box, beautiful. Martial remaining calm on the ball, not panicking under pressure. Big up Space Kid watching from Washington. Big up yourself. Um, thank you for tuning in and thank you for subscribing. But Dallo, where was this Dallo last season? Where was he? I ain't seen this Dallo ever. I don't recall watching this Dallo ever. McTominay still needs to have a bit of improvement, but he's there. He's getting there. I think he'll get there. But if Frankie de Jong comes in, his pivot partner would have to be Fred. And the way that Dallo is playing, I think it makes very much sense. But from a defensive perspective, we have a lot of improvement to do. Let's not get carried away. Yes, we're scoring goals. 4 in the last one, 4 in this one. But last game we could have conceded 3 easily. Two goals that should have been guaranteed. The Darwin Núñez miss and the Luis Diaz miss. 2 goals that should have been guaranteed for Liverpool. That didn't come through. But now, if we don't get Harry Maguire out of this squad, we're in deep shit. We are in tremendously deep shit. We need a forward as well. Elanga ain't cutting it. Let's be real. I'm gonna also come to another player that some of you may get triggered about, and it's Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek. Let's talk Donny van der Beek. I really do not think Donny van der Beek is it. I don't. I think Van der Beek played really well under Ten Hag previously, but it doesn't mean that he can do it here. He ain't showing me what I want to see. I'm not impressed so far. I'm not fully convinced. I don't think it's not about the fact that does he have the intensity, does he have the physicality, does he have the ability? We know he has the ability, but there is a blocker. Something is blocking him. There is clearly a blocker there that is stopping him from reaching his full potential. And it isn't working for him. Season is coming fast. In a few weeks, it's the season. We're playing Atletico Madrid, Crystal Palace, Real Vallecano. If in these games, especially against Crystal Palace and Atletico Madrid, if Donny van der Beek doesn't show me something, I don't know what he can do. I really don't know what he can do. It's a matter of players showing me something so I can use them in next season. Ace says, got to move on from McFred. They are of age, should be producing. We ain't using Donny right. Okay, Well, if we aren't using Donny right, how else should we be using Donny? Space Kid says his presence isn't big enough just yet, but give him time for us to adjust. Interesting. So you want me to give Donny van der Beek more time? Maguire is dead man walking. Matter of time, he will be binned. Otherwise, he will cost you 15 points a season. Honestly, thank you very much, Mark. You are right. Harry Maguire will cost me points. Will definitely cost me points. But in terms of Van der Beek, I mean, what how else do we use him? You tell me, how else do we use him? Big up, Che. How you doing, bro? Welcome. Hope you're doing all right. Hear me?
I, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm good, my bro. How you doing? How's things?
Yeah, things is just I'm still back home in India. I have been here like 3 months almost.
Thank you for joining.
Hopefully,
Thank you for joining. So talk to me. Talk to me what you thought of the game today. Talk to me what's gonna happen going forward. Who's impressed you so far? Give me your thoughts.
I think I looked at the game against Liverpool as well and today again. So when you see the game, you can clearly see the idea. You can clearly see the strategy, the tactical things that any Ten wants to play. Right? It's more about possession and it's more about attacking the space and it's more about having the ball. So today also, whenever we lose the ball, the players are fighting like a mad dog, to retrieve the ball. So I like those things. But and additionally, as you know, Eric Ten Hag wants to play with the high line, right? So when we are playing with the high line, I think Maguire and Lindelof is not going to work. I am very, very, very much worried about this central partnership. I know we have signed the Martinez, which is a good thing, but still I am not convinced that either of one, like either Harry Maguire or Lindelof, they are they should not be starting. I am just fed up with those two. Seriously, I am not against them, and this is no agenda anymore. But if we want to play with the highline, look at the Liverpool. They are playing with highline. They have Konate and they have Matip and Van Dijk. They will just one on one. They will just eat the attackers alive. Like one on one, you cannot do anything against Van Dijk, against Konate, against like Laporte or Ruben Diaz. These players, these teams are playing with highline, which we are doing as well. But to do that, we should be having like attacking, like the more physical defenders. Like Martinez is good, maybe Varane, maybe Bai, but these two defenders, I'm very much worried. And today, if you see this, if you feel the same way as I feel, there is more overlapping and more tiki-taka going on the right side, like Sancho, Martial, Bruno, and but on the left side, there wasn't any much connection between Luke Shaw and what that is, Elanga, right? So I think we have to take care of that side as well. How to mix and match those things. So yeah, Dalo is making good runs and all that. So we can see the improvement, but center backs they needs to be adjusted. They needs to be changed, and uh, apart from that, McFred cannot work together as well. So out of these four players, I think we need at least three new players. Like out of these four, McTominay, Fred, McGuire, and Lindelof, we have to start three alternate players. Like
I mean,
like
let's break it down, right? Out of those four players, let's be real. The one player that has given me the most to see, the most to be excited about, has to be Fred. Except
yeah,
for
very
Fred,
true.
I don't think there is anyone on the pitch that anyone can say who's given me enough to be excited about. They haven't. Um, Elanga, for example, Elanga is another one. Don't get excited by him. He puts a shift in. He works hard. He does all the things you'd expect him to do, but he doesn't have that creativity in him. He doesn't. His movement off the ball, his movement on the ball is somewhat acceptable, but it's borderline acceptable. It isn't that he has that flair, that ability to be a man, for example, like Sancho, for example, like Rashford. We know Rashford has that himself, but this Elanga doesn't. He doesn't show that. With McTominay and Fred, out of them two, Fred is the only one that has shown he has some ability, but then McTominay is the one who has the strength, but not the ability, right? Yes, some people may disagree, but this is just blatant. It's in front of you. McTominay doesn't have the ability or the tenacity or the technicality to be in that middle of the pitch, whereas Fred, he does. But then Fred lacks the strength, the size to be demanding and controlling within that midfield. Big up Akshay, anyways, for coming on. I'm gonna get another speaker on quickly, and then I'll bring you on in a bit. Albidi, how you doing? Can you hear me? Albidi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here with you, Faust. Big ups,
How
man.
are you? Yes, you
I'm
okay?
fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Um, the match in general, I still don't understand. Like, I don't know. Probably I keep watching different match than everybody. Me, when I go to matches, I know I can't watch or study every player at the same time. But I always go to watch people that, okay, I see I'm expecting more from you. Like, I
Mm.
already know what Bruno gives to the team. The only time I put special eye on Bruno is when I feel there is a scrutiny coming from him. Like before the season started, there was a lot of misplaced passes that people brought to my attention. And when I saw him in these matches that I've watched so far, I think he has improved on that. So I wasn't observing that again. Now my eyes are on what's his name now, and Malasia. I'm watching him and I'm trying to see the way he covers up his lines, the way he moves back, the way he makes his positioning and all. I'm trying to see that. And on Van der Beek, I think if we are being factual, he disappears in the match, but he has more of a link-up play. Like he's the one that is giving room for those young lads to be able to be free like that by giving them space. He opens up himself for passes, which is what everybody's complaining that McTominay doesn't do. And you know I myself I'm a McTominay fan, and I know Van der Beek opens up for passes. But one of the major problem I'm seeing with this team going forward with the kind of thing that everybody's expecting us to play is physicality. No matter how much we hate to say it or how much we need someone physical in the middle so we don't get bullied. If you're technically gifted and you are not physical enough, you can't get on the ball. You will get dispossessed
Sure, no,
easily.
but sure, but you still need the technicality and the ability on the ball to transition and move the ball forward. You do. And also, we've had this conversation about his positioning, about
Yeah,
receiving the ball. You say this is one video clip, I understand, but he still needs to be more proactive. He needs to be more proactive throughout the games for him to receive the ball and then move the ball forward. That's his fundamental job, no?
I understand that, but at the same time, when it comes to certain, what I've seen about players like McTominay, they need players to complement what they do. So, with all due respect to Fred, I know he's technically gifted like McTominay, but I don't see him complementing Scott. Scott needs somebody that is way gifted on the ball, that has better composure and can keep the ball better than Fred for you to see what he brings to the table.
But how are you gonna say to the people who are looking at Zidane and saying Zidane is way more higher up in terms of ability than McTominay?
That is what we always do every season when we go to preseasons. And I'm going to give two examples right now. I'm going to first go with, I think I made it on this earlier on the space, which is Andres Pereira. He comes every season, every preseason, he gasses us up, but coaches end up loaning him out. But the one season only decided to give him the chance. We all saw the inconsistency in his game. The lack of consistency is a major thing as a player. You can have all the skill set with all due respect to Pogba, I respect him a lot. You can have all the skill set, but if you're not consistent enough as a player, there is nothing you're bringing to the table. Because the day you choose to be consistent, the day you choose to be inconsistent, might be when the team needs you the most. You can't just decide to say, I'm showing up to play football today, and another day you say, I'm not showing up. It's not allowed. So that is what Andres Pereira has. Same thing goes to Pelestri. I think they've not given enough chance to play with the big boys in the big league. But every time he goes on loan, he doesn't get enough playing time.
But okay, so would you not take McFred out and put Savage and Zidane in there? What do you think of that?
What I feel right now is I can take my friend out. But I said something earlier. PTSD. These boys are young. Imagine what Harry Maguire could have done to Scott's confidence. He knows that his captain is not solid behind. I'm gonna say this again. Everybody keeps coming for these lads. But do you know how bad our defense have been? How slow Harry is. I love all Manchester United player. But if we're trying to move forward, I'm still saying it. Let's get a solid back four. I made the same. I don't know if it was on YouTube or on your space. I said the every winning team that always goes on to win the Premier League, they always have a stable back four. They don't interchange.
No, that's true. That's a fair
You
point.
already know who you're playing, your 2, your 3, your 5, and your 6. You already know who is gonna be there. But that has been a major problem. I think last season we had about 4, 5 pairings. The only time you switch off play is if you feel okay, these lads are playing too much matches. Let me just make 1 or 2 changes. But like out of the 38 league matches, at least 30 should be the same lineup. But that's not the same with Manchester United. We all have different set of players. I hope that next season, I'm praying they give the Iqbal and the Savage a chance to grow. Because if you guys throw them into the limelight like we always do, I think everybody has forgotten Adanyanozai. Everybody has forgotten the guy now. We all remember what happened to him. Praises, Manchester United, we are all full of praises for young lads because of what the likes of Scholes, the gigs, the numbers they did. But football has way more pressure now for younger kids to
I mean,
deal
yeah,
with.
you are right. You have a point. Let's bring in Gatsby in it. Gatsby, how you doing?
Hey, how's everyone doing, man?
I mean, today is a bank holiday or a special day for you because your boy not only had the captaincy, but he also scored.
I remember we were on the spaces. I said when they were asking for who could be captain, and I brought up two people's names that could be captain. I brought up Rafael Varane and I brought up Marcus Rashford. Um, Eventually, I think Marcus Rashford goes into being a captain of United. He's a leader in the community. He's a leader in so many things. And I think if he can just give us consistent gains for 2 to 3 more seasons by the time he turns 28, 29, it might be something he can grow into. People look up to him and he's a very solid individual. So that's something he can do as a human being in general. So um, the game today was very interesting. I would say very interesting because it gave us a chance to see what we've been doing wrong for a long time. A lot of United fans have already known this for a long time. The pairing of Maguire and Lindelof, it's a problem. Um, and if we're going to do it again with this coach that wants to play higher line and more proactive football, it's going to be a problem because for some reason, Lindelof is doesn't he reads the game well, but I don't think he's active enough as a defender. You know, like his best attributes of football are actually reading the game, so he can always see danger. But it's his proactiveness that I've always questioned, and then his strength and physicality. Um, so that's one. So I know we all want to blame Maguire for the goal, but it comes in 2 phases.
I mean, there was a point as well where Lindelof in the first half tries to recover the ball and ends up running it out of play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It seems like he takes always the safe option.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
asking him to take risk, but he also doesn't have the footballer ability of carrying a ball forward or being a bit more creative on the ball. He always likes to take the safe option.
Yeah, his main attributes are reading the game and he can throw a long pass here and there. But his proactiveness, his physicality, his confidence on the it's something that's always been a problem. Harry Maguire, on the other hand, he can be physical, but he doesn't know how to read the game and he's not fast enough. So basically we have two center backs that deficiencies don't even help each other. So of course it will always be a problem. Like it shouldn't be a surprise when if we possess the ball and someone tries to hit us on the counter, we concede goals. It happened to us all of last season. Like Ole went from trying to play counter-attacking football to bringing everybody higher up the pitch. And if you look at all the goals we conceded, we're running back to our, like, literally, we're running back to our goalpost. And that's because we don't have proactive defenders that are physical enough and can go get the ball for you. Eric Bailly, we have to pray for him. And we have to send all the love, all the happiness, all the positive energy we can send towards everybody. Injuries have really robbed us of a really good defender.
Yeah, thank you very much.
If I'm being very honest, injuries have really robbed us of a very good defender. People will say he's erratic. People will say sometimes he loses concentration. But as a defender, as a one-on-one defender, he has the speed, he has the agility, he reads the game well, and he can actually pass the football. He actually can pass the ball, because today we saw him give a true pass for Rashford's goal. So he can actually pass the ball if you give him the confidence and tell him, do these things. I kind of compared him to Jurgen Timber. After the last game, I gave the examples of what Jurgen Timber used to do under Eriksen in the Ajax system, where he's very confident on the ball, he's willing to drive forward, and he's willing to make the pass. Again, he did it again today. He did it against Liverpool, and you can say one time is a fluke, but 2 times for sure is not a fluke. He's willing to get the ball and push forward and make a pass. And that must be an instruction from Eric saying, bro, I see qualities in you that you can do this. You can do this sort of things. You have the ability to do this. Go ahead and do it. If you get the ball, go ahead and try to make a pass and be an option for the team. Be proactive football. Eric Ten Hag always preaches this in his press conference. We want to press. We want to be proactive. Unfortunately, Maguire and Lindelof are not proactive footballers. They have.
I don't think in this squad there will be a space for the likes of Lindelof and Maguire. I think Lindelof will be the first one to exit this squad, and then Maguire, simply because of the Maguire price tag, he will stay a bit longer. But
yeah, it's not their fault.
But wait, have you guys not seen the way Lindelof plays when he plays with others rather than when he plays with Maguire? Don't you guys see this game again? When he was alongside Varane, I felt he used more confidence. And when he's alongside Harry Maguire,
what will happen is he will bring down Varane's game. Against Brighton, we saw when we lost 4-0. Varane started to make a couple of mistakes, because what happens is, you train with these players every day. You see them on the training field. Like I was saying yesterday, football is all about muscle memory. You know these players, you know the deficiencies. So no matter what you do, your brain and muscle memory has already communicated to you that these are the deficiencies of these players. So you start to try to help them. You see, today we couldn't press as good as we pressed against Liverpool because Fred and McTominay have played with Maguire for 3 years. They know that if he's up the line and we press, he can get bypassed. So you will always see Fred and McTominay look back. You will always see Luke Shaw look back. They will not have the confidence to press as they want to, because muscle memory is something that you can't run away from. They know, they've played with him for 3 years. They know if they press and a pass goes by them, their center back cannot cover for them. You know, it's not their fault. They already know this. They do this on the training field every single day. You know, we press way better against Liverpool and you will say, oh, Liverpool play more expansive football than Melbourne Victory, but pressing is pressing. You know, we press way better with those guys last game, because you know that Varane is quick enough to cover for you. You know that if you make a mistake, Varane has the legs to cover for you. It was very interesting. Again, Eric Ten Hag did it today. Played Telles as his left-sided centre back, and it's so funny.
Once again, yeah,
it's so funny to me because I think he's doing it to show that that's what Lisandro Martinez is going to play. But actually, Telles can actually play that left centre back better than Lindelof and Maguire.
Yeah,
because he can read the game and he's actually a little bit quicker than them to
That's
intercept balls. So it was
If you're
so
playing, look, if you're playing highline football, and the way he plays, he almost the 11, the 10 man on the pitch almost shift like this. They squeeze the ball here,
they squeezed
they
the
shift like
pitch.
this,
Yeah,
they squeeze the ball here. They play really, really suffocating football. If you're playing football like this, you need extremely fast players, not just fast as in running speed. You need fast players to be able to move off the
awareness,
ball when you yeah,
awareness.
awareness when you don't have the ball. You need speed when it comes to chasing a player. You need speed when it comes to reading the ball. Let's say blocking. These are all really, really good things for Eric Bailly, Teles. But even Teles, he's fast, but at times he's not fast enough. He's fast, but at times he's not strong enough. He's not big enough in aerial. If the ball is in the air, forget Teles. Forget him. He was gonna try the worst move that you can possibly think of. He's gonna try and Jackie Chan the ball mid in the air and concede a foul or a penalty or miss the ball totally. So that ain't it as well.
Yeah,
For a
yeah,
centre back, Tellers, he's not that aggressive. Whereas Bai takes so many of the boxes for this style of football that this is his absolute perfect place to play. If you now go and look at Lindelof, Lindelof is almost too calm for this type of football. Lindelof, he's okay, he's tall, he has a bit of strength, etc., etc., but he's not Lindelof doesn't have the tenacity that Bailly has. Lindelof, I think I've only seen in one game, and forgive me for not remembering which game it is. I remember when Man United scored and Lindelof took the ball all the way to the other half's box, but that is it. Lindelof doesn't have that sort of confidence. And maybe you could say, yeah, it's because Maguire drags him down. But this is how bad this player Maguire is. Like, in all due respect, as a footballer, I have no idea how it's ended up so bad. I really don't think there is any way to improve this player. Every player almost is giving me something to think about or giving me something on the pitch. But with Harry Maguire, it's just never enough. With Harry Maguire, it's never hitting the mark. He's the captain first and foremost. Forget even the centre back position. He's the captain. Who do I blame now? Do I blame the goalkeeper because he didn't drag Harry Maguire quick enough? Is that who I blame? Do I blame the right back? Because if you look at the first goal that we conceded, the ball came in this way, got whipped in. So the right back should be telling Maguire, watch the guy behind you. Or the goalkeeper should be shouting, Maguire, watch the guy behind you. By the time Maguire turns, go and watch the replay. By the time Maguire realizes that the player is gone, he's way too slow to cut back. And even if you say that's not his fault, whose is it? How else are you gonna block goals like this? What do you want us to do? Keep Harry Maguire near the penalty box? Make sure we play everybody on side. We've seen this before as well. Harry Maguire, because he doesn't have the pace, he keeps players on side because he can't run and he's not fast enough to run anyways. What else can you do?
it's
With
defensive
the
awareness.
likes of with the likes of Haaland, for example, we're done. He's gonna dust Maguire and leave him for dead. With the likes of Darwin Nunes, fast. Luis Zaha, fast. Richarlison, fast. Son, blistering speed. Even if you think about the mid-table teams, for example, West Ham, Newcastle, these teams will do us with the likes of Harry Maguire because they have pace. In a modern day, we talk about modern day keepers all the time, but we need modern day center backs. What did I say before, right? I said this on Spaces. If you're playing Highline football, you know that your center back is like that. Everybody else above needs to be more aggressive because of your center back. Meaning the likes of McTominay will need to be aggressive. Think, because your center back isn't able to track back to be able to collect the ball or read the ball, the likes of McTominay needs to be more aggressive. The likes of Fred needs to be more aggressive. They'll need to slow the game down. They'll need to make tactical fouls. That's football because you know Harry Maguire's on the pitch. Whereas if it's Varane, for example, yeah, injury, whatever. I don't like this injury talk. Keep all that aside. Fast enough to get to the ball at least. Fast enough to slow the game. Let's say Varane gets beat, for example, for argument's sake, Varane will still run to slow the game down. Varane will still be able to go and put that player, that forward, under pressure. Whereas with Maguire, it took the winger one run and first time pass to beat the whole defensive backline. The whole defensive backline got ripped open from one run and one pass. That's how poor it is. From a tactical perspective, that was diabolical. That was shambolic. We cannot make it out the hood with Maguire. It is not happening. How much more is McTominay going to make the challenges? Let's be real. Against Leeds, you saw the boy, his leg was brutally battered out from players kicking him. Yeah, aggressiveness is cool, but the link up between the center back and the midfielders, the DMs and the midfielders, needs to be seamless, needs to be smooth. Everybody needs to be able to trust each other. The first thing I said from the game from Liverpool, look how well our players trust each other. Look, even Lindelof on the pitch. Look how well our players switch the ball. Dalot to Shaw, Shaw to Dalot, Dalot to Sancho. Look how well we switch. Look how calm everyone is. Look how we are able to zing the ball, break through lines, and make passes with no issue, with absolutely no concern. But with Maguire, you can't. You simply, his simple physicality doesn't allow it. Look at the cross that we had. Who was it? Was it Donny van der Beek who took the cross, or was it? No, I forgot who took the corner, but it was Maguire with the header. He bullied the player off the ball, made a header. The ball went in over the net. He's not even effective on top of the pitch. Eric Bailly nearly gave a goal away. And I'm not going to take that away. But the guy ripped the whole team apart and created the assist and the goal for Rashford. He literally ripped the whole team apart. He literally ripped the whole team apart. 3 minutes or 2 minutes after making a mistake, he went and did that. And that's what we need that. And even, Eric Bailly, if he lost the ball, he would go and make a tactical foul. He would. He'd make the tactical foul and make something happen. That type of thing goes very well with the likes of McTominay. But then with McTominay, he would never be able to do what Eric Bailly does on the ball. Impossible. You can't tell me McTominay can do what Eric Bailly does on the ball. You can't tell me Fred can do what Eric Bailly does on the ball. You can't. These things are fundamental of football. Really, really fundamental. These two, Fred and McTominay, really need to up their game. Really, because the way Savage, I don't know why Ghana is not in the pitch. I know someone mentioned in the comment section it's a shame that Ghana is not on the pitch. But with the likes of Zidane, my friend, I swallowed my own words today. You both know on this stream, I said it last game. Zidane hasn't convinced me. I'm really skeptical about Zidane. Look now, I am surprised by this little kid, what he is doing on the ball. The player is dragging his shirt like this, yet he did a 360 and ran off with the ball. That level of confidence, that level of ability, that level of tenacity, awareness. Look at his movement off the ball. Look how he's making himself available. Wherever there's traffic, he goes and gets involved, and he comes back out when he needs to. These small things add up so much to the game, so much more. His physicality, he can improve. I'm hoping the club puts him on a plan to improve his physicality. But these things are so much better than McTominay's. So much better. I have not seen this from McTominay and Fred for seasons. And this boy is having 45 minutes here and there. Okay, preseason this, preseason that. We'll see when the season starts now. We will. I'm a bit worried about David De Gea's injury. I don't know the extent of his injury, but he wasn't clearly on. But yeah, I'll let you continue. Gatsby and Albany, go on.
See, what I see in all this is the fact that we need to be excited about all these things that are happening, because with these boys playing like this, it gives us more option in the midfield. It gives us more players to bring in, because it's going to be a very, very, very long season. That on what you touched on Ghana, I don't know why he's not playing yet. I'm going to be feeling maybe because he came to training late. I think he had an extended holiday than the other players. Probably that's why he's not on yet. Because if he's not on yet, I was feeling that he was the one that had a point to prove more in this preseason than the other boys. So I was feeling to have gotten the game time And for us to be talking about him as we are talking about Zidane Iba. Or right now, I think it's all Iba, this Iba and Savage's precision. Hopefully, I think we still need one more keeper because if the J is injured, we are going to be facing. I don't think Eaton can do the job. He's decent enough to come in matches that we know they are not stronger or the players are not strong, but I don't think he can do the job. I don't think we need a commanding goalkeeper. I think that's where we need to go now because I'm feeling like Ten Hag might have to at least for this one more season try to give Harry Maguire a chance because of the World Cup here. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure coming in from that angle, and as the captain, so we need somebody that can talk to Harry Maguire, make him know that he is the standing captain and should be the one passing out instruction, not being given out instruction. I think the coach has done enough by saying or by making the statement that he is his captain for now. Hopefully, I hope he leaves the club. But I want to touch a little about this Eric Bailly issue. We all know how good he can be when he's good. But are we willing to build a team around him right now based on the stability I just said?
I think he can be that person stable in the back line. 100%.
What
100%.
happens? What happens when he gets injured? Where do we
No,
start from
stop
again?
this. What happens when Sancho is injured? God forbid. What happens when McTominay gets injured? What happens when anybody gets injured? I know some people have higher probability of getting injured than others, but come on, let's be real here. We can't hold this above the player's head every single time he plays. What if he gets injured? That's if you're saying PTSD, then that's the highest level of PTSD. If you're constantly scared about his injury, let him have a chance. Let him manage his injury. He had a good game today. He did. So let's just ease off the injury.
But I heard a bid's coming for him already. I don't know if you consider it, but I heard Napoli is looking into him.
No, they're
And
not looking into
Fenerbahce.
him. They are not looking into it. He's not for sale. He's not. Eric Pye is not for sale. Eric Pye is not for sale.
What if the coach wants him gone? What do we do then?
What if the what? Sorry?
The coach wants him gone. What do we do?
The coach does not want him gone. The coach would much rather let go of McTominay than Eric Bailly. I tell you that for free.
Hello? But with Lisandro coming in, we have at least 7 or 8 CBs now.
I'll tell you that.
I've not even seen to Azibi whole preseason.
I definitely don't think he goes. Eric Bailly goes anywhere. Look, the coach has said we need a full squad. We need a big squad. The season's long. The season's hard. The season's got full of graft. So just wait it out. Just wait it out. I don't think any of the players are leaving. The only player that is a must to leave the club, and I'm sorry, and I mean it in the most respectful manner, is Phil Jones. He has to ASAP save some couple of million here and there and sell him. Sell him for 2-3 million, whatever it is. Don't be embarrassed and just get rid. Let's talk quickly, Gatsby. Are you still there? Let's talk about Elanga.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I was going to progress through the team as I was talking.
Sure.
So I did the defense. I'm gonna do the midfield. It was very, very clear. The difference between the two midfields. Charlie Savage and Zidane Igbal. I want to stick to Charlie Savage right now because I feel like he has certain qualities that we haven't seen in a while in this squad. He's very, very comfortable dropping back and collecting the ball. And if you watch today, he made at least 2 or 3 forward long passes. I haven't seen Fred or Scott McTominay make 3 or 4 long passes to the front in a game. I was smiling. I was like, God, why? Why? And this was the reason I was mad with Ralph. Because Ralph came into the squad and he said that all these players were underperforming, but he never went and gave the youth a chance. And if he had given the youth a chance for even if it was 2 or 3 games, we would have started to see these kind of things earlier. It might have given the next coach coming a little bit better profile of the kind of players he was walking into. And that was my biggest problem with Ralph. But thank God we have Eric now, and he has come and given these players a chance, and we have seen what they're doing. Um, Zidane Nickball is ready. I said it last time in the space. He's ready. Whether he's
Zidane is ready, did you say?
yeah, he's ready. He's ready.
That's very interesting.
Zidane and Pelestri are ready. Now, whether they will be able to get into this team,
That's the story. Elanga ready.
no, I'm gonna get to the attack. But
But it was ready last season though.
I'm gonna get to the attack. Let me do the midfield real quick. I think Zidane and Pelestri is ready. Um, there's a difference between being ready to play football and then being ready to compete at the highest level. I think they're ready to play manageable minutes. Whether they will be able to break into this team with the amount of players we have, is yet to be seen. Um, Eric Ten Hag will have to make a choice. Zidane, because
Sure.
if he gets Eriksen and Frankie De Jong, he's gonna have Eriksen, Frankie De Jong, and Bruno, Scott
Van
McTominay,
de Beek.
Fred, and Van der Beek. That's 6, right? And then you have your Zidane, Igbo, Charlie Savage, and Ghana. That's 9. So he is going to have to make a big decision. Personally speaking, I sell McTominay. Personally speaking, I sell him. Charlie Savage has showed me that he can do the same things better. Right? He can do the same things better. I'll sell McTominay and I will give Charlie Savage a chance. But those kind of decisions are very tough because selling a first team player for the past 3 years that has played in big level games and giving a kid a chance that hasn't played in those kind of level games is a very, very big call for a new coach to make. So that's something he will have to decide on his own. But personally speaking, there is like a clear difference night and day when McFred is playing and when Charlie Savage and Igbo is playing, regardless of the defense behind them or the attack in front of them. You could just see the technicality levels are just different. The way they pass the ball, the way they're willing to come back and get the ball, the way they're willing, the way Savage is ready to push the ball one touch, and I think he's left-footed, is he? Because you could see he pings the ball quickly with his left foot, one touch move, one touch move. Um, Unfortunately, Ghana is injured. I heard he has a little niggle. They're waiting for him to be 100% fit before they play him. He might get a chance against Crystal Palace. He's another one that might show us something. I'll be very, very interested to see a midfield 3 of James Garner, Zidane Igbo, and Charlie Savage. I'll be very, very interested to see that midfield 3. I think they complement each other, and I think they've played together on the 22, so they understand each other. Zidane and Charlie Savage understand each other. Like they're on the same wavelength. Like you could see when one, like, you know how Fred and McTominay, one's supposed to drop, one's supposed to go. They don't know when to drop. They don't know when to go. Like they be high. Like yeah, but them two boys, they know when to drop, when to go. If you give
They're
me the
very
ball,
energetic, aren't they? They're
yeah,
very aware of their surrounding.
surroundings,
They
yeah,
and they also have, you know what I've noticed? They have a great partnership between
they,
them.
they understand each other. They've played. You can tell they've played together, so they understand. They understand each other very well, and what they do complement each other. The problem I have with our squad has been what we put in don't complement each other. We put in players that don't complement each other. With that two boys, they complement each other very well. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Eric does. Eric has a big decision on his hands. Now let's go to the forward. I think Elanga goes on loan. Elanga and Ahmad go on loan. I would keep Chung. I said it before, and I remember when I said it, and you told me he went to. I told you, he went to. I forgot the squad he went to on loan. But he got injured. He was playing really well. They were playing him as a midfielder. They were playing him in the middle of the pitch. I watched 2 of his games. He were playing him in the middle. He scored a goal actually, and then in that game he ended up getting injured. I think Chung can give you something as a squad player. He doesn't have to be your starter. He can come in for Sancho here and there, give you like 10, 15 games, 20 games in the season rotation. I keep Chung. Alone, I think Aman and Elanga need different type of football to enhance their abilities. They need to go do some rough and tumble, like send them to like a rough and tumble team where they play like 30, 40 games and just go through the grind, like go through a serious grind, like Elanga has the fitness and everything, but I just think he's not there yet. Like I just think he's sometimes his passing lets him down, sometimes his decision making lets him down, sometimes he's it reminds me of Andres Pereira. You could see that the kid has the gall and he has the work ethic and everything to make it. It's just one last thing is lacking, like something is missing, like one or two things is just the final touch is missing. It reminds me so much of Andres Pereira. It's so sad to see, but it might be a thing where he gets lunar and he eventually gets sold. I don't think he cuts into this thing. I don't think he makes it, especially if we go get another right winger in Anthony, which I really wanted to go get Anthony. I don't think he has a spot in this team. Ahmad is the one I'm willing to go on loan and come back and see if he can prove himself. But Elanga at the age of 20, one or two more loans, he might get sold. I don't think he. I don't
I
think.
don't think Elanga has the ability to last in this Ten Hag squad, in all
Yeah,
honesty.
yeah. I
I
don't.
really don't think
So.
so. I think Elanga, let's be real, Elanga played really well last season, had a good season last season. You know why? Because of the fast, high pressing, rock star football that Ralph Ragnick likes. That's why. Um, you can run around all you want and show it on the pitch. And you know why? Another thing as well, other players didn't do what Elanga was doing. That's why Elanga looked like a lot more better.
He just stood
That's
out.
why Elanga looked that's why, yeah, that's why Elanga looked like he was shining. Other players weren't doing it. Now, when it comes to the front three, look at the likes of Rashford, Sancho, even Ahmad here and there. Ahmad is obviously, as we know, he has a lot of skill on the ball, but Elanga doesn't. He just seems a bit out of this team. He doesn't seem like he merges in this team correctly. Last season, we had such a bad season that anybody who put any type of effort on the pitch looked, oh my god, yeah, so good. Look good. Whereas now, when we're having flair players, players with ability on the pitch, you can now, I said at this level, you get caught out, you'll get filtered out. And that's exactly what's happening with Elanga. He's gonna get filtered out. He doesn't have it in him. Let's be real. The goal that Martial scored as well, that flick from Elanga, he didn't mean it. He definitely didn't mean it. He was in the right space and it came off in and he get an assist. Cool. But all throughout the game, where was he? Where was he? I didn't see him anywhere. I would have much rather preferred play someone else in that position and should have put Elanga in the second half. But he's not giving me anything to think about.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw his
because
training videos. I saw his training videos and everything,
yeah, because
but
the
yeah.
thing is, right, if we're not gonna be a counter attacking team and he has the space to just run, is going to kind of expose his deficiencies, right? So it would have been better if we play Sancho on the left and Pelestri on the right. So you have technical players that can interchange, keep the ball, make a pass, move, right? With Elanga, we know what he does best: get the ball, run, spaces. He needs spaces. If you're not gonna give him the space to run, then what else can he do for you? So he's going, like you said, it's in this system. He's going to get weeded out. He's gonna get phased out slowly. Um, it's just we get attached to our academy players a lot, so sometimes it's hard for us to let go. But I think on this one we might have to let go eventually. Um, yeah. And then for my boys, Marshall and Marcus Rashford, people told me where the goals gonna come from. Well, the goals are gonna come from Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Antonio Martial. Antonio Martial, um, to me again was man of the match today. Um, he does something so good. He can in in every phase of being a striker, he has it. If you want him to go over the top, he will run. If you want him to come back and drop and pick up the ball in the midfield, he will do it. If you want him to go into the channels left, he will go to the left. If you want him to go to the right, he will go to the right. Um, there is a reason why there was a Ballon d'Or contract in clause in his contract. They don't just put that for everybody. Um, for real, there is a reason why he was in this country. They don't put that for everybody. The scouts in the system for Monaco would have seen the same things we are seeing right now, and know that, oh, this kid has the potential to be world class. Now,
let me say something on Martial. I think he is. I don't want to say this close, but he is edging to be or to become that really world class, one of a kind striker.
yeah,
Even today, and not just today, let's be real, we've seen him on
we've-
the ball.
yeah,
The way he touches the ball,
he's
it's
beautiful.
like he's got glue in his boots.
He's beautiful. He's
The
beautiful.
way he's the way he's able to just break through two players, just
Glide.
cut
It's
through
called
two
gliding
players.
in soccer. He glides. Yeah,
Yeah, gliding, but the way he even cuts through, right? He chops the ball through and comes in is amazing. He simply has ice in his veins. I must say this one thing for sure. We've seen this last game, we've seen this game, and we've seen this last season before he went on loan. I still think, as a modern day or as an overall striker, you need to have aerial threat, and he doesn't possess aerial threat for us.
that's
That's
it. That's the weakness.
that's one thing.
Yeah,
The
that's it.
other thing, the other thing I will say is his physicality. Is he able to bully defenders? Defenders who will
Oh
make it
yeah,
a
he can.
tough night for you.
He can. He did. He
For
bullied
the
the yellow
likes of,
stones.
for example, one of the games that I'm very excited to see him in is Atletico Madrid. Very excited to see how he deals with Atletico Madrid, because those defenders will make your life hard. They will come and start pressuring you. They will pinch you, scratch you, kick you. They'll do all of this. So I'm very excited to see how he deals with something. And I hope we get a bit of a rough game to bring that side of play out of him. I really do. But on the ball, if you're talking beating player, what a player Martial is. He can do it. He has the ability. Rashford, same. He has the ability. He can beat a player. Sancho, same. But we really, really lack aerial threat in this whole squad. We don't have aerial threat. Not from Bailly, not from Maguire, not from Lindelof. Varane, maybe, but it's not even there. We need aerial threat. Crosses in the box is very important. It's a great way of getting goals. High crosses, corner kicks, set piece. We need to be, and that is, I'm really sorry to say, but that is where Ronaldo comes in. If he stays, that is, by the way, just to clarify, if Ronaldo stays. Um, Let me keep the conversation moving. I know we've been tuned in for 1 hour. Big up to all the listeners. We've had nearly 2,000 people tune in today. So big up everyone who's tuned in. Make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure to drop a comment as well. Make sure to follow my socials down below if you choose to do so. But let's talk quick touch on transfer. Nothing has happened. Thank you very much. That's all. No, jokes aside, no transfers have happened. No transfers have happened. Eriksen, where are you? Where are you? Frankie de Jong, where are you? Martinez, where are you? Where? Only person I have is Tyrell Malacia. Where is everyone else? 3 players. Constantly linked with them. Where? Eriksen, another week has gone by. If I'm not mistaken, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 3 weeks since I've heard Eriksen done. 3 weeks. Where is he? It ain't on Manchester United page, so it ain't done. Frankie de Jong, I heard yesterday, it's done deal. Where is he? One person tells me he's done. One person tells me his agent is telling Manchester United, get off. One person saying Frankie de Jong is not leaving. One person is saying Frankie de Jong is not going to get on the plane. One person is saying Barca are not going to give him lunch. It's all over the show. Ace says, check the TL. Check Twitter. Twitter lies. Where is Eriksen? Has he got the Man United? Is he doing this? Is he doing this? Is he doing this? Is it on? Oh, someone has said it's on the Man United page. Gatsby, is it on the Man United page? Can you
I'm
confirm?
looking. I'm looking right now. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking right now. Hold on.
Let me look at right now. I'm looking at it right now. Right now. Eriksen is done! Eriksen is done! Come on! Come on! W!
Yeah.
Eriksen is done!
Fine.
Eriksen is done!
Excitement last song.
It's official! It's official! It's
You know,
official!
there's this sense of good news that comes after we win matches nowadays. That's what is it. Once everything is coming together, everything aligns. The universe just aligns with you. Everything comes in place together.
Big up, One Don. Big up Ace for letting me know, making me aware. It's official. Now. Okay. Ace said my sources are good. Big up the chat for letting me know. Eriksen is done. Okay, so now we can talk about Eriksen. Is he gonna join the tour? You reckon? Is he gonna be ready? As a professional player, you'd think you do your own preseason. You'd be somewhat ready, but I hope he can come in and get some minutes in the Crystal Palace game in Perth. Man, I'm excited now. Okay.
I think we should be. This is more players, more quality players in the team. I think the majority of that was lacking last season. And when you get news like this, we're not signing a small player. This is a player that has seen it, has done it, and has been there. He's been on the highest level for a very, very long time. And I think he brings in set pieces. I think we are lacking players in the set piece area.
Let's make it interesting now. Let's make it interesting. When I say N'Golo Kante, I got told he's old. I got told he's on the decline. What about Eriksen? Is he not old and is he not on the decline, considering his heart condition as well?
Fouls, man.
It's different.
Fouls.
It's different positions, right?
No, hold on. What do you mean different positions?
It's
same in and around that midfield.
Yeah, but
Eriksen
is more of an attacking midfielder.
Mate, how many times you seen N'Golo Kante have a bullet shot outside the box? Let's be real. How many goals has Eriksen scored compared to N'Golo Kante?
He's not gonna come and play like 50 games. Like, you have Bruno there, you have Van der Beek there. He's gonna come in, arena and around the squad, have a few games here and there to boost up the squad. That position you want us to sign Kante is a very pivotal position. That player is going to play at least 40 games in a season, so you can't just mess it about. I know what you're saying about the age, but yeah, Eriksen just is a boost, just to give your manager a different option. He's not going to play every single game. Your CDM is very pivotal. That you need someone young, energetic, and actually does what the coach wants. So I get it. Yeah, it is what it is.
Is Eriksen a Ten Hag signing?
Yes, he's worked with him before.
Very short spell though. Come on. Yeah, that is not even work. That is not really work, is it?
Fouls. I think it's a Ten Hag signing, because I don't think without Ten Hag, Manchester United would have been going for Eriksen. I didn't even see the deal coming. I didn't see the deal coming until Ten Hag came around. I don't even think it was on our shopping list at all. But look at this. I think he trained with him before he came to Brentford. He was training with him at Ajax. So I'm sure he knows what he's getting. And this is a wonderful signing for us. All in all, I know somebody right now that would scream his heart out. Like, if I get him on here, he's going to scream. And that's my senior brother. My senior brother is a fan of this man. Yeah, right from Ajax. But the only problem I always have with my senior brother is the fact that he's a Manchester United fan, but he likes the kind of player I say, no, we don't want in this club anymore. But on this one, I'm going to give him this one. But the question is, we need somebody.
That means McTominay is going. Come on. Today's a good day.
What is it? McTominay is going where?
Yeah, go somewhere, wherever he's going.
I don't think on the high side, on the other side, McTominay will stay probably on lesser wages and be a squad player. The likes of Zidane and Salvage, I believe they still need a loan spell so they don't get overwhelmed. Because trying to play them now in this very congested squad, whether we like it or not, I don't know if Marcel is listening right now, but I want to say big ups to him. We're going to get 5 signings like he has said. Because definitely now we're on 3. We're going to get probably one more goalkeeper, which I feel is necessary. And whatever happened, we've not even spent the largest chunk of our budget yet, which is the money they're trying to spend on Frankie. So that's 5 signings already that we're getting. So big ups to him wherever he is. If you see this over, Marcel, you got my respect now. I'm going to think like you very soon. So what I'm saying is the fact that this is a squad game. Eriksen cannot come in all the time and do the job. They need to stay on the bench sometimes. So we need players like Scott to come in, manage the game sometimes. I know now I can say okay, I can give up on the Scots game now that we have somebody that is way above him in terms of quality. And one thing I feel we've been lacking is this set piece player, like somebody that can whip in the corner and you put your head to it. Bruno did his bits, but I think he forgot how to play it last season. Like it left his leg. Now with Eriksen, we have somebody we can count on with free kicks, corner kicks, and whipping the ball from side to side. And that is one
That's
thing we've been
one
lacking.
thing. Yeah, that is definitely something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the set pieces, looking forward to the crosses, how we kind of utilize that, to be honest. And I'm also looking forward to transition football. Eriksen is going to be key for this 5 substitution situation. Eriksen is going to be detrimental. He's not going to play, I don't think, many full 90-minute games, but I think he definitely plays a part when it comes to substitutions, Europe, what do you call it? Europa League. Oh, man, this is a good time. This is a good time to be alive. You know why? Because every position almost has some sort of a competition. It really does. I think now Frankie de Jong. Firstly, I think now Ronaldo stays. With Eriksen coming in with the caliber of player he is, and hoping Frankie de Jong gets done, I think Ronaldo stays. Gadsby, is it fair to say we can win something next season?
Yeah, there's always possibilities of us winning something. Um, with this coach, anything is actually very possible. Um, I'm not super excited about Eriksen like you are. I like the player. I know what he's coming to do. I see the idea for the signing. But my excitement will start when I see Lisandro Martinez hold up a shirt and then Frankie de Jong. Because I feel like those 2 signings are something we haven't had in this club for a long time. A left-sided centre back that can play the ball with his left foot, and a central defensive midfielder that can control the tempo of a game. I think we've lacked that in this club for a very, very, very long time. So when those 2 signings come through, drinks on me, baby. But as of now, I'm just happy. I'm just happy
Yeah.
that everything is across the line.
Yeah, I'm happy too. Listen, thank you for everyone watching in. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for more streams. I've got a stream coming this Sunday with a former Premiership striker. I'm not going to say the name. You'll just have to come and see who it is. But yeah, big up everyone. Manchester United 4, Melbourne Victory 1. Melbourne fans were singing, "You're going to get sacked in the morning" to Erik ten Hag. Well, I guess you guys were singing that to your own manager because that's what happened. You guys got smacked. Anyways, Harry Maguire, we ain't making it out the hood. Not with Harry Maguire, anyways. We ain't making it out the hood. Let's be real. Let me sum this whole situation up. It's all been fine and good last season. We've all control, all deleted last season. Whatever's happened, happened. We've all decided to give people fresh slate, clean slate, new start, fresh start. But you must be able to show something to be able to let the fans and the manager know that you can stay in this squad. And I do not think Harry Maguire is able to show anything. Not this game that's just gone, not any game that will come forward. I simply think, and this is me being 100% honest, Harry Maguire is not capable of being a Manchester United player. We need to cut our losses and get rid. I'm fucking tired of him. I am really tired. To call him a captain, I don't even want to dig into that, but it is shambolic. It is shambolic if he stays captain. He can stay captain from the bench, whatever, but that's still shambolic. That is still disrespectful. To be a Manchester United player, you need to be of upper echelon, high caliber, the best of the best. We aren't that team no more on that at the moment, anyways, but we want to get there. And if we want to get there, we cannot have players like Harry Maguire in this squad. We cannot have players like Phil Jones in this squad. It's an embarrassment to our name, to our squad, to our brand, to our football club, if we have players like Harry Maguire and Phil Jones in our team. You can sugarcoat it however you want it, but I'm gonna just say it as it is. It is a shame. It is a shame to have players like Phil Jones and Harry Maguire on the books. I don't give a toss what you say. He needs to leave. It is definitely not looking good with him. With that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in. See you